So I had a day. I had my morning and afternoon were like fun. It was fine up until like I let you can see my cheese balls on my bed. Up until like my free period because I was like off, and I walk. I'm walking to the student center and I see on the outside the back is this group of like 5 guys and they're all looking at me. And I'm like, because they've done that before. They're like, what are you looking at me for? And it's kind of creepy. But yeah, so I walk inside the student center and I'm walking to Anderson and they're like following me and I'm like, okay. So I leave Anderson. I'm on the phone with Eric. I call Eric, or Eric calls me when I'm in Anderson. And when I'm going into Anderson for the first time, when the first group of guys are following me, there's another group of guys sitting by the window, and they're looking at me as I walk in. So I go to the bathroom, and I call Eric in the bathroom, and I leave the Anderson, and here come the other guys. And I sit at a bench, like in front of the student center, and they sit at a table in front of the Anderson, but it's not just, they sit at the table right, like directly across from the bench that I was sitting at. It's like, honey. And I freaked out. I was like, Eric, oh my god, Eric, what the heck? What do I do? Because I didn't know what to do. And Eric was like, leave. So I left. I went back to the student center, back towards the library. And I turn around. Right before I open the door to the student center, I see them walking. Like, oh gosh. And then I walk through the student center, and they're still walking through the student center, and I'm like, what is going on? And I sit down on the steps in front of the student center in the back, and I see them go to the door, and I'm about to go to the library, then I see Edwin. Oh my god, I was stressed out. I was like, Edwin. I'm like, where are you going? And I told him the story. So me and Edwin went to the Anderson, and then Edwin's like, I want some chicken wings. So Edwin goes to get some chicken wings, and then I see Brandon, and Brandon's like, who are you sitting with? And I was like, Edwin. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, he can sit with us. And so he sits with us, but we're like, me and Brandon are standing because we didn't have a table yet. And we're standing, and like the other group of guys that were first in Anderson, well, the second group that was looking at me when I walked in the Anderson for the first time, that were already there, they were looking at me and they were looking at Brandon, and they were like, to Brandon, to get me to go over there. And when I turned around to look at them, the guy was like, I was like, oh. And I walk in, I just leave. I'm like, oh my god, I can't. And then I walk into the food court thing, and I see Edwin. I stand with Edwin, and then Brandon comes in, and it's just like, oh my god. And then, yeah, I just ignored it for like 10 minutes. And then like 20 minutes later, one of the guys from the group, by this time, like when I found Edwin, the other guys stopped following me. So they just went to the library. And one of the guys from the other group, the second group, he came up, he was like, dog, well, my bro, he's too scared to talk to you, he wants your number. And Brandon's like, I'm 16. Oh, Brandon's like, she's 16, bro. And then I'm like, oh, because I didn't want to lie, but I couldn't think of the truth, you know? So I was like, I don't have a phone. When my phone was in my hand, I felt kind of stupid. I didn't want to lie, but I told him I didn't have a phone. And he was like, well, you want me to tell it to my friend? I could tell it to my friend. I was like, okay, yeah, tell him that, or something like that. And he goes back over there. And it was just awkward. And then the friend, he gets up, and he walks, like, to the stairs, and then I make eye contact with him, and he's like, and then he sits down. I was like, oh, sorry, bub. And that was like, it with them, but they kept, like, staring. Like, I already said no. Why you keep looking? Bro? Anyways, they keep looking. But then, all of a sudden, the first group that was following me, they come around the corner. I was like, oh no. And they sit at like a table, like 4 tables behind my table. And yeah, they were sitting there. And then one of the guys, he had a hat on, he walks up the stairs and he stops at like the corner of the stairs that you could directly see my table. And he's like, And then he continues walking up the stairs and goes down the thing, the I don't know, it's like I don't know, because there's not a wall, you just go up the stairs and you just walk, and you can see down, and he's like walking, and he's like, pretend I'm right there, he's like, all the way down to where they can't see me, and then Jordan, she's sitting like across from me, and she's like, he's up there looking at you, because like I can't see at the angle I'm sitting, like the table's like this, and I'm right here, Edwin's right here, Brennan's right here, Jordan's right here, and the top of the second story's right here, and the guy's over here, and only Jordan can see him, and he's like looking down, and she's like, oh honey, and I'm like, oh my god, and then he comes back downstairs, and then it's just fine for like another 20 minutes, and then him and some other guy go up, other guy from the same group, they go up there together, and like it's just they're like watching me the whole time they're going up, like one goes up the stairs and one goes up the elevator, and they're watching me, and then they go up, and then there's a pole, and they look, and then they go behind the pole, and like, and then they go back to where only Jordan can see them, and she says they were like, my phone. They were like holding like a phone. Jesus, gauze. They were holding like a phone like this, like pretend this is a camera part, and this is like the screen, and they're holding a phone like this over the thing. It's like, what are you doing? And they come back down, and they're looking at me the whole way down. I'm like, oh my god, stop. I was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I clearly don't want you if I'm this uncomfortable. It's really not that hard to understand. It's really not. But whatever. Anyways, it was just really uncomfortable. And then I was leaving. We were leaving. It was 4:15. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out. Because I wanted to leave before all these other dudes did. So I had my security. It's Brandon, Jordan, and Edwin. They're pretending to be security. It was so funny. And as I'm walking out, the guys, the second group that was by the window, that was like in the entrance the whole time, they were taking pictures, I guess, as I was walking out. Like, what is paparazzi? Who does that? Who does that? Like, y'all are weird. And it's not like these are like high school students. Like, I'm a senior, sir. Either way, he told you I was 16. I'm a senior, and I'm not 16. But he told you I was 16, so why are you still taking pictures of me like you know me? Like, what are you taking pictures of? Anyways, they were taking pictures of me. Like, what? It was just weird. Like, what do you... And they're like, as I was saying, they're like not high schoolers. They're like students of the college. Like, what? What are you doing? I don't get it. Yeah, I could have given them the link to my lashes because I know they like them. I love my lashes. Look how long they are. Oh my god. I really like these lashes. BT dubs. I think they're available. I'll put a link in the description. Anyways, yeah, that's my story time for today, Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. I'm gonna come back to this when I'm like 34 and be like, oh my god, boo, because I'm gonna be married. And then my boo's gonna be like, oh my god, what if I'm not? Well, up to you, future Jetta. Anyways, I'm gonna look at this and be like, what? Anyways, that's it.